Hello students, I am Abhinav and welcome back to another video analysis by College Dekho. In this video, I am going to give you the details of the IIFT 2021 exam, including the section-wise analysis, the estimated number of good attempts, and the expected sectional and overall cutoff of IIFT 2021. IIFT 2021 was held from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on January 24th in 68 cities across India. There was no change in the IIFT 2021 exam pattern this year. It was conducted as a computer-based test with 4 sections having a total of 110 questions. There was a negative marking of 33% of the marks allocated per question in the exam, and the duration of the exam was 2 hours. Now going into a bit more detail about the IIFT 2021 exam pattern, there was no change in the pattern as compared to last year. There were 4 sections in the exam. These were verbal ability and reading comprehension or VARC with 35 questions, quantitative analysis or QA with 25 questions, data interpretation and logical reasoning or DILR with 30 questions, and general awareness or GA with 20 questions. Each question in the VARC, QA and DILR sections carried 3 marks, and each question in the GA section carried 1 mark, which means that there were a total of 110 questions in the exam and the total marks were 300. A negative marking of minus 33% per question was applicable. This means that there was a negative marking of 0.5 marks per incorrect questions in the general awareness section, while for all other sections 1 mark was deducted for every wrong answer. Now coming to the question paper analysis of IIFT 2021, the paper was reported to be more difficult as compared to last year. There were quite a few questions which were very tricky to attempt. However, there was no surprise element in the exam and the paper was more or less as per the expected pattern. However, candidates faced frustration with the exam interface as the complete question was not visible on the screen. They had to scroll left and right to read the complete question. Due to the high difficulty level of this year's exam, the cutoff is expected to be lower as compared to last year. The overall difficulty level of questions in the IIFT 2021 ranged from moderate to difficult. Taking a look at the section-wise analysis, the VARC section was reported to be quite difficult to attempt. There were 4 RC passages with 4 questions in each, and the remaining 19 questions were verbal ability based. Students had trouble tackling the vocabulary and root-based questions in this portion of the exam. Now coming to the quant section, the difficulty level ranged from moderate to difficult. However, the section was reported to be quite lengthy as compared to the previous versions of the exam. Some of the questions were quite calculation intensive and there were a lot of concept-based questions in this year's exam. It was important in this section to pick up and attempt the correct questions to get a good score. The DILR section of IIFT 2021 proved to be the most challenging section for the students. The difficulty level of this section was comparable to the difficulty level of the DILR section in CAT. There were 4 DI sets with 4 questions in each this year. 2 of these sets were very difficult to attempt, of which one was quite calculation intensive. Additionally, there were 3 LR sets in this section. 2 of these had 4 questions each, while the remaining 2 had 2 questions. The LR sets varied in difficulty from easy to difficult. The remaining 4 questions in this section were reported to be moderate and quite doable. Now the general awareness section was also reported to be more difficult as compared to the last year's paper. The difficulty level of questions was moderate, but the overall section was quite doable, especially when compared to the other sections of the exam. An overall analysis of IIFT 2021 is displayed on your screen. Going by an analysis of the IIFT 2021 question paper, we have an estimated number of good attempts and the expected section-wise and overall cutoff of this year's exam. For the VARC section, around 12 to 15 questions is a fairly good attempt this year. The cutoff in this section is expected to be around 28 to 31. In the quant section, the number of questions for a good attempt is around 10 to 12 and the expected sectional cutoff is 9 to 12 marks. An attempt of around 10 to 13 questions in the DILR section is a good attempt as per our estimates, and the expected cutoff is around 11 to 12 marks. The number of good attempts for the general awareness section lies around 12 to 15, and the expected cutoff for this section is estimated to be around 5 to 8. Overall, candidates can consider an attempt of around 40 to 50 questions in this year's exam as a good attempt, depending on their accuracy. The overall cutoff for general category candidates in IIFT 2021 is expected to fall within the 105 to 120 mark range. Candidates who appeared for IIFT 2021 must now begin preparing for the selection rounds. We wish you all the best for the further selection process. So this was all for today's video. Thank you for staying with us till the end. We will be back with a detailed paper analysis of the second phase of MyCAT 2021 paper on January 30. If you have any questions or suggestions, make sure to drop a comment on this video. Stay tuned and best of luck.
If you like this video, do like, share, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel.